Wife, we are live. Now is the time for the livening.
All right.
Little weird today. Sorry we're so late. I'm of course starting by making a beverage. I say making a beverage like I mix something up. I'm just putting a soda on ice. Well, I know that Krampus is something we're knocking out pretty early.
Hello, Horror Beauty, Jordan Easel, Christina Manti, Jamie Paxton.
A little louder, baby.
Jamie Paxton, Finn Godwolf, Christina Manti, Horror Beauty, Robert White, Chaos Runner Nightwings,
Chaos Runner Nightwings.
Greg Hayes,
That's a cool name.
Lisa Gordon Ayers, Amanda Wilson, Elle Copeland, Lisa Arendt, Stanley, Sparrow's Cave.
This channel is more than just me pouring soda. If you're new, like.
Kurt Mattia, Rob O'Brien, Krampus Wing, John C. Let's see. Mike Murphy, Michael Lassiter, James Minnick,
Hi, everybody.
Linda Forbes. All right, we have dogs. Monster Dennison,
Got a little soda on my battery.
G12602. G what?
G what? G
Henry
what?
Haynes. He says, howdy from my American Airlines, 37,000 feet.
Holy
Very
moly.
great. He just don't stop.
Yeah, that's, I can tell who paid for the internets.
Sure did.
All right, let me set you guys up here. You're on a tripod. Okay, and I'm gonna move you to this side of me.
Right.
Of course, my dogs have decided to play the loudest thing possible while we're live. All right, so I have this Krampus here. I need to wire up the LEDs in his face. What you laughing at?
Lisa Aaron, drinking game night. Take a shot every time Alan cleans his airbrush.
Hey! Tonight you might live because I only have a little bit of airbrushing to do. All right, so the LEDs are already in the eyes, and I poked the wires through, and I attached them over here, and now I bring these up, and I'm going to wire these in back here. So I'm actually going to trim these down a little bit. This is just speaker wire.
Jordan Easel, last time I suggested a gender swap between you and Shannon. I didn't mean to offend you. I just like to know if you think you could pull it off.
That's just like that's the equivalent of you saying, "Hey, Alan, you should go drive to Pikes Peak." That has nothing to do with what I do. So we weren't offended, but it's like, what are you talking about? No. Yeah, like her clothes are more comfortable than mine, I think, but no.
Good to hear you. Good to have you on.
It is.
It's good to see you.
You are a force of glorious chaos in our lives.
Ross Reichert. Hi, fellow creepers. Headed to Gatlinburg tomorrow afternoon, taking a long-needed family vacation.
That's awesome.
Have fun, Ross. Horror Beauty says the Jack Frost made me much excited. Hey, how much would the snowman costume run, by the way? He said it would be possible to make it run-able.
Yes. Wife, do we have that on the website?
No,
No.
because
Okay. Well,
you haven't made one since.
Horror Beauty, we'll get there. We'll get there.
You haven't made one since.
We haven't made one in a while. This is a latex battery holder. Battery holder. Right there.
Steve Mentai says, promise.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says hello. Stacy.
Battery holder works.
The guy looks like a Mandalorian villain. That's nice.
Okay, I'll take that.
Stanley S. All these cages popping up are going to start rival in numbers with the HD 12-foot skeleton.
You know what? I'm so happy with how many people are making cages. And Shannon just showed me that someone posted a cage where they didn't cut out the top. They
Right.
just, and that works just as well. You don't have to drill and then rebolt.
And they made it work.
Okay.
If you want to live dangerously, take a drink every time Alan sings the wrong lyrics to a song.
Who was that?
I won't tell you.
Who was that?
I won't tell
I feel
you.
betrayed.
I won't tell you.
And I also feel like people know me.
Hey, Big Dog, Dorian Flowers. Tutworks, Ron Schultz, I hope I said that right. Rob O'Brien, Nathan Jones.
Little one on the white cord. Honey, is that eye light lighting up?
No,
Is it now?
no.
Really? Well, that's not good.
Chaos Runner Nightwings. I know you probably have done a video now, but I am working on a Krampus cosplay and want
Oh.
to know how you make the horns.
So I have a set of horns right over here.
How long have you been making masks? Also, how did you get interested in making them? Not it. Okay, do that one first.
Okay. So these horns are EVA foam, and did I make these live? I don't know if I made these on, I don't think I did. But anyway, they're EVA foam. And let me show you a shape. Look, EVA foam. Now I'm grabbing a Sharpie. All right, so this shape here, it's a horn shape. Go wider than you want your horn to be, okay? Because this is half of it. Cut this out, flip it over, and then trace it again. And then you glue those two halves together with contact cement, and you will get a horn. This is two horns glued to the two pieces of, see that seam right there? There's a seam right here. This is EVA foam, made that exact same way. And then I just covered it in liquid nails for texture. And when the liquid nails, I smeared it all on, and then I ran rings around it with my fingers to give it a cool ridged look. I have lots of horn making videos on my YouTube channel also.
Okay, next question is Lemon Lime the Wolf. How long have you been making masks? Also, what got you interested in making them?
All right, so I have been making masks since 1995. In 1995, I kind of made my first mask. So that was a while ago. And then what got me interested was I was an actor in a haunted house, a year-round haunted house, and I helped unpack the gift shop. So when masks would come from the gift shop, they would come from Don Post, they would come from Cinema Secrets, Elusive Concepts, all of those places. I would open them up and I was putting them in the gift shop, and I would try on every single one of them. And I couldn't see and I could not breathe out of almost all of them. So I decided, if I'm going to be a haunted house actor and I want to wear these as an actor, then I need to be able to see and breathe. So I got to start making my own. So I started making my own.
Rob says, is battery any good?
Yes, because the battery works for the other side. I just tried the other side battery. Honey, is that LED on?
No.
Is that LED on?
Yes.
Yeah, see, the battery works on this side. But now I have to see if it was the connection that I had, or if it was, if I messed up the LED when I put it in, which is possible.
Stacy Hawkins just rolled into Austin to visit the Tiny Minotaur Tavern and spent all day making a box of cursed items to barter.
Awesome.
Christina Montai, hey Alan, what shoes would you suggest that I use for slider shoes?
You want something with steel toe, because when you slide, your knee is down, you drag your toe behind you. Get something that has steel toe. Walmart has good steel toe shoes for fairly cheap, and you're gonna wear the toes off of them fairly quickly, and then that steel plate will show, and that's okay, it just looks cooler. Don't think of it as ruining shoes, think of it as planned future distressing. Honey, is that eye lit up?
Yes.
Okay, it was my connection. Get yourself connected, the right things on the wall. Get yourself connected, like Humpty you will fall.
Drink. Drink.
That was right.
It doesn't matter. Hey, Connie.
That was right.
Was it Lisa who said drinking game every time Alan sings?
I don't know who said it, because you wouldn't tell me.
It's wrong. No, I think I won't tell you. No.
See how fast she rats you out?
I didn't rat out. It wasn't Lisa.
I have not turned on the hot glue gun.
You're awesome.
So now I must wait.
Sure.
Such is life, a workshop floor. So I was just a guest on a podcast called, it was either called Wrestle Horror or, I think it was called Wrestling Horror, Horror Wrestling. It was about wrestling and horror. So yes, I knew a lot about one and not about the other. Okay. We're just going to wait for it to heat up.
Hello, Ken Zarish.
Hello, Ken.
Hello, Hugo. Jamie says that Alan's masks are really comfortable to wear.
Hey, thanks.
Jordan Easel. Here's
Jordan.
what a modern pirate captain ought to look like. A trench coat with a fedora or a derby, a prosthetic running leg, and a machete instead of a compass. A modern pirate captain.
Okay, so when you say modern, do you mean post 1900 or modern as in modern day? Because there are a lot of pirates in Somalia right now, and I don't see them wearing a lot of derbies. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think it would be a big fashion upgrade if they did wear derbies. I would take them more seriously, but nor a lot of fedoras. They do have machetes and submachine guns.
RB says, by the way, Alan and wife, I just want to say thank you for creating such a great community.
Well, thank you.
You guys are the ones who made it.
Yeah, we just show up. All right, because I unhooked my connection and I'm hooking it back up.
Stacy Hawkins says, I'm wiped out from the drive down, but it's all good. Stacy, you should be wiped
Did
out.
you already?
She's already there.
Did you already Minotaur? Did you tiny Minotaur already?
I mean, that's a lot after just barely a little over 2 weeks of
Currently,
surgery.
I'm working on wires that I cannot see.
Have you ever done a form of goat horn? That's the one I'm mostly looking for.
Sure, absolutely. Just do that, but curly. I mean, like, just do it curly and glue it together. You know, you can heat it up and twist it with a heat gun. Works
It's
great.
on the website.
Yeah, all the goat horns on the website, I did. This is my wallet. This is not. Look, I have a cool Beastman patch on my wallet because me and my wife have the same wallet, and I stole her wallet several times thinking it was mine. Foolish because hers was not packed full of garbage like mine is. But now I have a cool Beastman for my wallets.
Awesome trailer for the new instructional DVD.
You know what? That was all Robert Alcala or Gulio, artist Gulio. He was the one who sculpted the boar mask here live with us one Wednesday night. And he does that for Dark Hour. He does a lot of video work. Well, right now I am utilizing his talents for that video. And sadly, it is going to be the best piece of video I've ever done. I guess not sadly because like all the stuff I do is kind of a letdown after that.
Everybody's saying shots, take a drink. Chad, I finally opened my Etsy store. Unsub masks.
Yes.
Great job, Chad. Christina Muntai, what's the best monster to do for sliding?
The best monster to do for sliding. What not enough people do in my mind.
Notifications are on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Apologize to your dog for me.
What about this dog? No, stop.
I can't get my notifications. Okay, there we go. All right, we did it.
Okay. You're talking about your trailer.
Trailer.
Teaser for the DVD.
I thought I was done talking about it. Oh, it's really well produced, and all the stuff after that is not going to be as good.
Looks like you're performing a lobotomy, said Hard Beauty.
Well, so come here.
Because I would not want to sit on that.
Don't. There's a lot of things I wouldn't want to sit on. It's not the first thought that comes to my mind most of the time, but you do you, Horror Beauty. You do you. I have this little tiny bit of wire now coming out of here because I cut off my old connection. And I always leave enough for this, but still. And I'm connecting like a bigger wire to a smaller wire. To seal the deal, as they say, I am putting hot glue over this. Because, here's why. The wire itself is encased in thermoplastic. So, if I have the ability to just put it all back in thermoplastic, kind of why wouldn't I do that?
Can you teach us how to make a mummy suit?
Yes, I can. Is that a request? Is that a request for a video?
No.
Or is that like, Alan, stop what you're doing. I need a mummy suit right now.
No, it's just Jordan was asking.
Oh.
You know, maybe it's something you could do for YouTube Wednesday sometime.
You know what? Actually, I did have that idea.
It's a fun idea and very timely.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
I actually think I have one of the world's easiest ways of making a mummy suit.
Larry Hughes says that that Cujo's looking good back there. It's finally dry.
Yeah.
Stacey says Tiny Minotaur is tomorrow.
Okay.
Alarod Gorilla, good evening. Here. Thanks,
One
Michael
day
Lassner.
you'll find it, the Alrod gorilla. Go ahead. So,
Drink. Everybody drink. Okay, so Jordan says, if you remember my boogeyman costume, I blacked out my eyes with shades. I was wearing sunglasses under the mask. Rob O'Brien says drink.
honey, is that eye lit up?
Yes. Oh, Horror Beauty says I was talking about your wallet. I will do me and fabulously.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
right.
wouldn't want to sit on that.
Because
That
we-
makes way more sense. I don't know. I had the mask on top of the head, and it was kind of faced up. It wasn't appropriate.
I'm talking about
But-
why you have a Beastman patch
Oh,
on
yeah.
your wallet because we keep taking each other's wallets.
Right. So now my wallet is awesome, and her wallet is drab.
Tony says a YouTube Wednesday would be great to learn how to make a money suit.
Okay.
Horror Beauty said yes, money request. Hi Jerry.
And you shall have it.
Christopher Lazote, everyone take a Tim Tam. Lion Cook says shot.
Okay. I also have, like, I buy from Amazon. I buy, like, eBay. I get these actually, not Amazon. But I buy like 100 of them for like $8. So for attaching the 9-volt.
Larry says you tend to have a longer mind.
I do.
How long did it take Cujo to dry?
Well, I don't know how long it took, but I knew how long I had. So I didn't check on him until probably 2 o'clock today, and he was dry. So let's say 8 to 10 hours.
Hey, Doc says he's just going to grab a fit and throw it away.
Hooray! Yeah, don't put it out of reach. Now, wife, you tell me when these eyes light up.
Okay. Lid.
They're both lit.
No, just the lid.
Just the left eye
Just
is
the
lit.
left. Jordan says,
Well, this is distressing.
for the mummy suit, do you take strips of fabric and sew them to the second-hand clothes?
No.
You're gonna make them wait, aren't you?
Yeah.
Harvey says, drinking game that will really mess with you.
Which one was the left?
This one.
Point to it on here.
Right here.
Great. Okay. Well, there's his left and your
I'm
left.
not even gonna do that. I said, you're this way.
Okay.
Right there. Harvey says, drinking game that will really mess with you, there will be no return. Anytime he sings or cleans an air gun, you will be wrecked. Connie says, Cujo is beautiful. My mom loved it. Her favorite Stephen King movie was Cujo.
Awesome. Wife, are they lit?
Just the left.
Why aren't you working? Okay, so let's just try this one. We're just going to do this one. Is that lit?
No.
Okay, we'll switch it. I've done this before, I swear. Is that lit?
Nope.
Did it come undone?
Jordan Easel, the mummy, does it involve fabric or paper? He's not going to tell you.
Yes, is the answer. I've answered his question. Yes.
You want him to make the video.
Yeah. If I tell you, then I'm not going to do a video on it, Jordan. Okay. I thought I'm going to come in here, I'm just going to knock out this Krampus, and it's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Instead, it's difficult, difficult, lemon, difficult.
Big Dog says, if we play this drinking game, we will all be lit. Courtney Pepino. Alan, could you use thick plastic drop cloth and spray paint for graveyard statues, or does it have to be cloth? Could you use thick plastic drop cloth and spray paint?
Well, spray paint does not stay very well on plastic drop cloth. Also, you would not have to liquid nails it, of course, because the liquid nails wouldn't stick to it very well either, because.
Jordan says, if it involves paper, my heart will break.
It does not involve paper. I don't make stuff out of paper because paper will not survive human sweat. Like, you see a lot of people make things out of cardboard for costumes. I don't ever do that. Because I think that plastic is power. Okay, so let's get all that off. We're going right back down to the raw wires.
Big Dog says, drink. Hugo says, the Krampus decided to disturb Alan. A new check on the wires. Outlaw Gorilla. Love the graveyard statues. Looking forward to doing them.
Do them! Yes! I would like to see as many graveyard statues as I am seeing cages. That would make me very happy.
I don't know that I've ever seen anybody make as many.
The cages like took off.
I mean, every hour. So many shots. It's so great. That's just what people are posting. They haven't been post.
It's lit. If it wasn't lit, I was just going to replace the whole thing. But now it's lit.
What color hair are you going to use on this Krampus?
I'm dreaming of a white Krampus.
Drink. So, Monster Denison
I don't mind.
says,
It's y'all's liver, not mine.
we have the statues on the list to do. It's on.
Awesome.
Great. Tutwork says drink. Monster Denison drink. Heli God Gorilla. Cages are awesome. I made a smaller of those evil babies out of 2 laundry baskets. Big Dog says drink.
I begin to think that some of y'all have a problem. I'm just
Big
saying.
Dog says what liver?
What liver?
Christopher Lazone is slamming a Tim Tam. He's doing a Tim Tam slam.
Okay.
74 people are watching.
Again, I am trying.
Drink Tim Tim singing.
Oh yeah, of course, it's red. We're lit.
Margo Bryan says you go to the store for all these wrong lyrics. Harvey says something is lit.
All right. It's lit, yo. I think I'll need a new piece of wire. Yeah.
Alan, good to have you.
This is not my normal wire that I use. This is a little thicker and stiffer, and that's part of my problem.
Monster Dennison, I blame Diablo from Hunter's Hangout for my drinking days.
Without
Hey, that's
doubt.
that guy.
Yeah, I did one show,
Oh,
like
no.
I was a guest on the show,
Oh
and
no.
he could barely talk at the end of it. And I'm like, man, he's really having a good time.
Oh my goodness. Jordan, do you watch the YouTuber Skull
Sword stuff, right?
Harvey says now albino Krampus would be cool.
It would be cool.
Black Lash says, oh geez, I'm drinking Woodford Reserve. I'm in trouble. El Copeland, thanks for turning off the notifications. Say your puppy,
Sorry.
we're sorry. Sorry, puppy.
Is anybody surprised? Did anybody not expect me to go live? Did I sneak up on you?
What gauge wire do you usually use?
I think I normally use 22.
Scott Colhart says, I tried glass blowing today. Made a wine glass and a paperweight.
That's
That is
so awesome.
So cool.
I would love to try blowing glass. Blow, don't suck. Very important.
Larry Trudell, I have done a monster in a box with your help 4 years ago with your pommer.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go to this side.
Beauty says, kids always test wires before installing.
Yes, and I did too. Like I tested. Red on white. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. I was wrong. I'm doing it right here, just like this. I have a very little space to work. And I have very fat hands.
Jerry, I don't think, we're not buffering. We're doing okay.
Your face is perfect.
Your face is
Like right now, I'm gonna like seal the deal on this guy. Okay, and we're just gonna let it cool. I'm doing one side at a time. I'm gonna let that cool all the way down. Because maybe when I work the other one and it's not all the way cooled down, it loosens it in there. How are things? This is what I'm doing for a while.
Big Dog says, Stan will test the lights first to make sure they are the same color. Enigma says, what's up, everyone?
One time, Stan, he wired up a Krampus, and he got all the way to the end. He finished it, and then he tested with the battery. One blue eye, one red eye. I called him the police Krampus. And if you screw up on YouTube, no one ever
Oh, did he
forgets
do that
it.
live?
I don't know if it was. I think I just
no.
told people like right after he did it.
I don't agree with that. Alagon Gorilla. My wife Amy loved making the skins out of the black plastic bags a couple of years back for her haunt. Turned out great, and we used them several times since.
Awesome. Yeah, I got one guy who yells at me every year at Trans World because he had a bunch of those and he had a bunch of other stuff that he bought. And those that he made survived Hurricane Cynthia. And yeah.
That works. Shannon, something tells me you might have electrical stories. Yes? There's stories for just about everything.
I secured my wife's love once with my knowledge of electricity.
That's true. Ruggedly handsome. I made an ashtray out of clay for my dad on Father's Day once. Nothing more appropriate than a second grader making an ashtray.
Yes.
Monster Innocent. My Xbox One will freeze sometimes when it's buffering. What's that? Oh, where did you get that? Look how guilty he is. I don't know where he got that.
Boris has a wrapper from Tim Tams that he didn't have.
All Tim Tams are gone. So
Like they ordered their own.
I don't know where he got them. Ezekiel's sending Tim Tams for him. Gone. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Shannon, just so you know, Monster Innocent is the other half of Red Dirt Monsters.
Hooray.
Hey, Linda. Well, I hope that you guys send pictures of your statues. We'd love to see them. I want to put our statues out in our trees, out in our woods, so they're peeking out at us. Be out there quickly.
Okay. It lights up.
Woo!
And now we go white stripe to red.
I call him like, yay! Hi, Elena. Good to have you here.
And then white stripe to red. Who'd you say hi to, honey?
Elena.
Hi,
I
Yelena.
hope I'm saying that right. It's with a J. I'm assuming it's with a Y.
Yelena.
Elena. Either way, it's very pretty. Oh, did I say that right? Hooray! Fascinating with pronunciations.
When we went to Puerto Rico to do actor training, of course, most of them spoke Spanish, and they would have conversation. Like we were in this big room, and I would say something in English because I don't speak Spanish, and then Alexis would say what I said in Spanish, and then they would talk about it, and they were very animated, and we thought they were like yelling at each other and having a fight. They were just having a conversation,
Yeah.
just in aggressive Spanish, and but then we made Facebook friends with a lot of them, and they post in Spanish, but then if something funny happens, they post instead of ha 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 ha, it's J-A, it's ja ya ja, which, you know, that's,
The funny thing
that
is,
makes sense.
Oh, they're working.
They're both lit?
Yes.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I get to sleep inside.
The funny thing was is that by about the third day, we were pretty much talking to each other.
Yeah.
Kind of figured out.
Huh.
Yay, Plague Doctor Randomness says, Krampus.
Yeah, we're working on Krampus today because some people don't know it's Halloween, yo.
Gregory Haynes, I ordered a Ryobi 18-volt battery-powered glue gun that should arrive in a couple of days.
Oh, that sounds sexy. But not in like a creepy way.
Michael Blasser says, half of the chat is lit with your singing.
Well, that happens.
Oh my goodness. Christina Mentai, how much does Monster Camp cost?
$550. It is 3 days full of instruction. So basically you're looking at like 30 to 36 hours of hanging out in the shop and mask making. And what's fun is that some folks really take advantage of that. And I get grilled on all kinds of stuff. And I'll answer whatever you want, you know.
Did you get an apron? Sculpting tools?
Yeah, you get sculpting tools, you get an apron, you get a sculpting bust. All that comes with Monster Camp. And food. So all your food for those 3 days we cover.
Plague Doctor Randomness, I really want to make one. Do you know what latex mask will work best for Krampus?
Any devil mask, any demon mask will work really well. But honestly, even like Wolfman masks and Old Man masks. I saw a Joe Biden mask in Walmart today, and I was tempted to grab one and make a Krampus out of it. But I can't because it's just too politically charged. but you know, it's a nice old man mask. And you don't see a lot of smiling old man masks.
I love the texture in his neck. Is that painted or sculpting it out?
Yes. There is texture sculpted in, and then the painting accentuates it because I've dry brushed.
Thank you, Connie.
Thanks, Connie. Why are we thanking Connie?
Because she said Monster Camp was worth it.
Oh, very good. You know what? It's pricey. Yeah, it's expensive, but I think it's at a good value for what you get. This is going to be warm.
El Copeland, can you do a video on LEDs where you talk slow, lots of close-ups, please?
Yes. Did I talk too fast in the last video I did? I can. Yeah. Yes. My wife says yes. She's giving me a look like you will do this.
You just need to do it in a slowly, simply, lots of close-ups. Make it
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yes.
I'm now more equipped for close-ups too. Like I have more camera equipment now than I used to for sure.
You'll do it, El Copeland.
I will. I will do it. It will be done.
Big dog, thank you. He says if you can do it, it's worth it. Shannon cooks really good stuff. You will not be hungry, that's for sure. Play Doctor, thank you. It's really nice to see the legend live. I bought a Krampus sign at Spirit Halloween.
Did I buy a Krampus sign?
No, but you liked it.
I saw it, but it was MDF, and I wanted one that was either plastic or wood to put on my fence. Plastic or metal to put on my fence. MDF doesn't hold up well in the weather. Good indoor sign, not a good outdoor sign.
Jay Holmes, how did you do that without screaming like a banshee?
All those times when I test the heat gun with my hand, it's desensitizing my hands.
Madeline says she loves that direct eye contact of Alan's.
I know.
Alagon Gorilla, the PVC LED candle tutorial.
Yes.
It's one of the best I've ever seen. Put it to use. I need to make more. Many.
Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, that's something we make a lot at Dark Hour. We make a lot of those, so very happy to share that with others.
Thank you, Connie. Connie says it's absolutely worth it just for the knowledge and experience, not to mention all the supplies you get from the class. And yes, Shannon is the best cook ever. I'm a decent cook. I'm not the best cook ever. Tell them what they do on Monday.
Well, on Mondays, we head over to Dark Hour. We do a tour of Dark Hour.
Friday.
We do a lights on tour, and which takes about 2 hours because we have a big backstage area. And then we go to Biddy Mold Supply, and Mitch kind of gives a little tour around Biddy Mold Supply, and you can order anything that you want to order from Biddy.
Which is where your supplies come from.
Which is where most of the supplies come from.
Lockhart Monster Fab says, Monster Camp 4 launched Lockhart Monster Fab. You know what? Lockhart, I can't say that Krampus Lab didn't launch you guys.
I think y'all kind of started at Krampus
Yeah,
Lab.
I think you prepped at Krampus Lab and you launched out before, but holy moly, you guys just took off running. This is Alan, the man with the iron fist. Can we get a view with the lights on?
Lights on?
Okay, you've got it now.
I got it.
Ken says, Wicked, how heavy is the mask now with the pack on?
Basically, I've added the weight of a 9-volt battery. It's not that heavy. And one of the reasons why I put it right there on the back of the head, you don't even notice it. It's not like it's swinging around or anything.
One looks brighter than the other. Maybe it's the angle.
It's the angle, yeah. That right there, they're about even.
Lockhart says, Krampus Lab 2, we love it. And you guys killed it.
The secret is to lick your thumb. It doesn't do much, but it makes you feel good about it. Okay. I just want to control those wires a little bit more. The less the wires move, the less likely you are to develop a short and whatnot.
Connie says, it's because we love it so much and we have a great teacher. Jerry Collins, is your palm heat? Do you mean is your palm hot?
Yes. Yeah. Well, there's no like red mark or anything, but
K&T do Halloween.
those guys are
Coleman,
awesome.
Texas, got Hobby Lobby setting up all the Christmas stuff already, and Alan Bacon and Krampus. What time of year is it?
That's right.
People know this Krampus is a Krampus that was ordered.
Yeah, this was an order. So this guy's going to go to the UK after I'm done with him.
Yeah, this one's
He will take a big old trip.
Yes, yes. Monster Dennison. I felt
Krampus
a
takes a big old trip. Oh yeah, Krampus takes a big old trip.
drink.
Sorry.
I felt a Carl slip there with the licking of the thumb advice.
Well,
Speaking of thumbs, how's your thumb?
covered in glue. It's super glued together.
Everybody's drinking.
It is super glued together. So hopefully you can see the super glue. But yeah, that was actually pretty darn deep.
Everybody's saying, drink, drink, drink. K&T says, kidding, I'll take a still piece promise any time of the year. Christina says, shut. Elena, how are you going to cover those wires?
With hair! And that's our next step.
Lisa says, Alan is trying to kill us.
That's what I do. It's a gift I have. Murdering. Okay.
K&T, are you saying Hobby Lobby had Halloween? Because all these past years, they've had Halloween, but this year, I do not have any Halloween. I have
Fall.
fall, harvest, Thanksgiving, pumpkins, all of that, but I do not have Halloween. And they've actually had some really lovely Halloween stuff. I bought it from Hobby Lobby, but not this year. Where do you get the black hot glue sticks?
Gluesticks.com. GLU-STIX.com.
Christopher Lazone says it's never too early to start planting fungus.
You are correct, sir.
2 tiny aisles and 2 full aisles. Okay, KT, I'm gonna try another Hobby Lobby then.
Another hobbery robbery.
Well,
All right, happy with that. So now I can move on to hair. I'm going to raise him up a little bit in order to do hair on him.
okay, I'm gonna hit another Hobby Lobby then, because maybe it's just my Hobby Lobby.
Face it.
Your hot face. Algod Gorilla. What do you think is the best way to keep the masks clean inside and out between shows?
Lysol wipes. When the mask comes off, you get the Lysol wipes in the plastic tub and wipe out the inside of the mask. Something like gloves, I will wipe out the inside. I'll take out a couple of the Lysol wipes and I'll ball them up inside of the gloves and I'll just leave them in there. And then when you come back to them, the Lysol wipe has, like, all the Lysol stuff has evaporated out, but you know, the glove is nice and clean.
There are silicone fingertip sleeves you can buy to avoid hot glue
Ah!
burns.
Sure there
Little
is.
Hornsby.
There's also places I could go get my man card bedazzled, but I'm not doing that either. The horns are going to be brown.
Have you ever done an Oni mask?
Yes.
Elena's asking.
Yes, I have done an Oni mask. And I have another one. It's on my list to do a resculpt on Wednesday to make another Oni. Why did I come over here?
Stone Farmer, rumor has it my Orange Hardware store will be setting Christmas soon. We're almost out of Halloween stuff.
Wow, that's
You
good.
know what? The Orange Hardware store is, they got a lot of Halloween, a lot more Halloween than I thought.
They're killing it, yo.
Great idea with the Lysol wipes, says Alagod Gorilla. Alagod Gorilla. Monster Dennison says you patched your wallet though.
All right, you all just have to come over here with me to the fur drawer because I'm going to spend too much time digging.
And while you do, can you explain what an Oni is?
Okay, an Oni is a Japanese ogre. It is basically a big monster. They often have 3 eyes. They often have horns. They either have blue skin or red skin. So, yes. And I'm digging through my hair drawer. So, finding white. That's some white. Gray, gray, gray. Alexa, add hair order to my shopping list.
Hair water added.
No, Alexa, add hair order to my shopping list.
You already have hair water on your shopping list. Would you like to add hair water again?
Alexa, remove hair water from my shopping list.
Hair water cup added.
No, Alexa, remove hair water from my shopping list. Alexa, remove hair water from my shopping list.
I've checked off hair water from your shopping list.
Alexa, remove hair water cup from my shopping list.
God,
I couldn't find hair water puff on your shopping list.
stop.
Alexa.
Just do it manually.
Remove hair water cup from my shopping list.
I don't know that.
Oh, you jerk face. Okay, that's it.
God, stop. Okay, KMT do Halloween. Shannon and Alan know y'all hate rumors, but we have to ask if you have heard about Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando may have 2 haunted houses this season after all.
All I know is I know that they canceled their order from me for California. Orlando, my understanding is they're going to go ahead with some scare zones, and they're going to have some of the open air scare zones, and maybe they are changing the their plans for the scare zones to have some more indoor elements. That was what I heard last from folks who work there.
Lisa would like to know where she can get those moose horns.
I could put them on our. We could put them on our website if you were interested in moose antlers. Okay, I think I'm good with this package. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, wife. One more time.
Oh, Lord.
Alexa, add white hair to my shopping list.
White hair added.
Pretty sure they said wife hair, but I'll figure it out.
Hair water cup. Bourbon and ginger beer. Thank you, big dog. Good Lord.
What?
This is yes. Okay. Stone farmer. Now I have hair water on.
Sorry.
Okay. Good night, Ken.
Good night, Ken.
Wife hair. She had wet hair.
I will occasionally get there and be like, I have no idea what any of this stuff on my list means. Take these Krampus horns
Oh God.
and learn to fly away.
Drink. Can you explain where this came from? And they're gonna.
No. When I get to the next package, I will, because this is not my normal package of hair. My normal hair that I use is she hair, and that's what the link that someone is going to post is going to be for. It's not going to be for the Black Essence hair, which is essentially the same, but it's a little different.
What's on the agenda tonight?
Uh,
Somebody should just join us.
We're going to hair up this Krampus. We're going to hair up this Krampus and get it ready to go out the door.
Monster Dennison says, ALEXA needs a hearing aid before end up with baby armadillos on the list.
Well, I've had some really weird stuff on my list.
Justin Filer, I just checked out the Cujo mask.
Cool. Glad you like it. Well, you didn't say that you liked it. I'm glad you checked it out.
Says you're a magician. Amazing work.
Thank you so much. So all of this hair is sewn on a strip like this. This is meant for hair weaves. So I really like it because it's already on a strip, and I don't have to glue a bunch of hair together or handle individual hairs. It just makes life faster.
Thank you, Michael Astor. He typed the link for the shoe hair.
Thank you.
Rob O'Brien says, just got back from Walgreens. They have skeleton pterodactyls that screech.
How big are they? Are they full size?
K&T New Halloween says a strip is called a weft.
Yes, yes, a weft, a strip sewn together. They are wefts of hair.
Says the hairstyles.
Yep.
Thanks, K&T.
That is
See,
true.
you knew that, but I did not know that.
They did.
I did not. That is something I learned. I did not know that. Skeleton pterodactyls is about 2.5 feet tall. Creepy. Justin Filer, how much is the Cujo mask, or is that custom?
That was a custom order for someone. I'd be willing to do another one for $400. That's what I've decided my Cujo time is worth.
Because it was a lot. That was
Yeah,
a big one.
yeah.
K&T New Halloween says, I knew Alan knew. I've watched him mention it many times. We've just had a few drinks, so I'm giving him a hard time. I didn't know. I did not know that's what that was called. So, hey, K&T, you taught me something. Alvarad Gorilla, insert Elmer Bernstein music cue.
Yeah, I did the Bernstein cue.
Hey, 1980 says, when you were at Walmart, did you see the skull ice cube molds?
That sounds fun.
No.
I need some pizza skulls in my life. If that meme is going to be, or videos be posted on my wall 70 times, I need some pizza skulls in my life. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
Why are you looking at me?
Because if I'm going to get pizza skulls, they're going to come from you.
I just got back from Walgreens today. The guy looks at me strange and said, I don't even know, I don't even want to know what you're doing with the skeletons. They have some good Halloween stuff.
Walgreens normally does.
Alan, are the WWF going to come home with me from NC6 Werewolf Feet? Oh, yes.
Yeah, yep,
Yeah, Gregory.
yep. That's the plan, yo.
Oh, yes.
Are you getting concerned because you haven't seen me work on
No,
them?
take them home. That's why you're not paying for shipping, Gregory, and
Yeah.
you did pay for shipping, so we want to make sure that you go shopping while you're here to make up the difference for the shipping you've already paid before we knew you were coming to Monster Camp. So you're going to be shopping. Cat Swift, Shannon, would you post pictures of Cujo on the Facebook? Yes, ma'am, I will. He'll get some beauty shots tomorrow now that he's dry, and I will photograph him before I pack him, because I don't know that we'll ever see him again.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll do another Cujo.
Celeste Kitty, what was the sexiest character you ever created? Maybe not a character that you... some of your witches, your vampire
I'd probably
witch.
say the vampire witch.
Yeah, she was beautiful.
Yeah, that was not the first, but probably the best headdress that I have personally ever made.
She was sexy.
And so it covered all of her eyes, but her mouth was exposed, and we did like real pale white skin. I did real red lips and vampire teeth, and pretty much just the with costume and just the way that the mouth was framed, it was a pretty sexy look. And several people played it, and they were all equally successful.
Yeah,
So.
they were sexy. They were beautiful though.
And that's something you have to,
I mean, they
consider
weren't-
with vampires,
They weren't sexy, overly sexy, but
No.
they were very, very powerful.
No,
very,
they were not like Vampirella sex pots.
No,
They
they
were
were
just,
beautiful.
they had sufficient tools to lure in humans.
Yes, Gregory, back to you. Your werewolf legs. That's what I'm saying. You want to bring your stilts and do it, and try them out while you're here. Let me see. Hey, Lanny says, hello, Alan and Shannon. I got a question. How much contact cement and xylene do you mix together for primer?
6 parts. Let me go look.
Larry, Alan has not signed it yet because it was not dry, but it is dry, and I promise he will sign it.
1 part contact cement to 5 parts xylene. 1 part contact cement to 5 parts xylene. It's very thin. Great primer.
Gregory says, yes, I'm getting nervous because I haven't seen one yet, and they're obviously taking a long time.
Just because it's been so rainy here. It's been wet almost every day and really humid.
Stone Farmer, what's the price for Monster Camp?
$550.
Explain what they get.
So it's 3 days. You're here for 3 full days, like 30 to 36 hours of instruction, and you get your head sculpting bust to take with you. You will have the mold that you made, that you get to take that with you. You'll have a mask that you made that you get to take with you. And you get my guarantee that you will succeed and not fail. You get an apron, you get sculpting tools, and we cover your meals while you're here. So you're not paying for food while you're here. You gotta cover hotel and you gotta get here. Other than that, we got it.
What's the primer for, Alan?
That's a primer for EVA foam, so that paint will stick a lot better to it.
Gregory says, I'm bringing my stilts and looking forward to buying stuff. Let's see. Stone Farmer says, and what month for Monster Camp?
When's the next Monster Camp?
We don't have anything right now. We're sold out.
Well, explain.
Okay, Stone Farmer. I'm going to write it. You know what? I'll just say it. Okay. Stone Farmer and everybody else. Our Monster Camp for October is sold out, and our Monster Camp for this weekend is sold out. And
I just signed Cujo.
you signed Cujo. we have one for January that's already sold out, but it was a private one, and we're gonna try and squeeze in another one. So we'll let you know. Hey, look at us go!
All right.
All right, go.
And there is Cujo back there.
Cujo,
in the
he
back.
signed, Larry. Alagog Gorilla says, okay, that's not really too bad for the price.
No, I don't think so.
Justin Filer, wow, I may have to sign up for Monster Camp.
Most people tell us, well, some people tell us that, you should raise the price. Like, we get that a lot.
Larry Hughes, he signed.
I did. I signed the Cujo.
Rodney Pope, I haven't been yet, but I believe it is a great price for what you get. Rodney will be here this weekend. Dancing Kids. Horror Beauty, I looked at the October camp for my birthday, and they said it was sold out.
Sorry. Yeah, it's they go quick. They go quick.
Great to know, it's a great deal. How many people per camp?
Well, now we're doing 6. 6 students because social distancing. If Texas goes under a mandate again, which is possible, that groups can't be more than 10 people, then I'm not going to be over with me and an assistant here in the shop.
Horror Beauty, we're gonna do them again. We're back in action. So
Yeah.
next year when you guys, we put this on. We try to get word out, and we get word out early, and then give y'all plenty of time. And we would love for you to come. So we will do more next year, and we'll let you know ahead of time, like we do. But you guys,
We normally do one in June.
And you gotta jump on them as fast. And that's why we tell people that you can put down like a deposit of like $50 to hold your spot. But then it sells out so fast, we just want people to be able to get there. And we want people who really want to be here.
Yeah.
And we would love to have you, Mara Beauty. So I really hope you can get here. And Jamie, we want you here too. Justin Filer, is there a hotel you recommend? I have an
Yep.
aunt that lives somewhere down here. Okay.
We have a host hotel.
Justin, on the website, if you look at Monster Camp, at the bottom of the page, I have a link to the hotel that we use. You can stay at any hotel you like, but if you fly in and you need us to shuttle you in the mornings and you don't have a car in the morning and the evening, we'll come get you if you're at that host hotel, because we are in the sticks.
We will not come to your aunt's house.
We will not come to your aunt's house. If you're in a car and you don't need a car, great. Some people who fly in, they will Uber in from the airport, and then they will go to the hotel, and we'll take it from there and get you to and from. We will come and get you. We want you here so bad, we will come and get you. But just from that host hotel. Some people just prefer to rent a car and stay somewhere else. Maybe they have points at a different hotel. Perfectly fine. But that is the closest good hotel.
I feel like the Holiday Inn Express that
Yeah.
we recommend is
And it's affordable.
it's a good one.
It's a nice hotel. It's affordable. You get your first breakfast, and then I give you breakfast when you get here. Okay.
Practice breakfast.
Stone Farmer. It is held here at our house in
Yeah, you're here in the shop.
in the country, Quinlan, Texas. You are in the sticks. It is not in Plano. It is about an hour away from Plano. You are in the country.
But I also shuttle back and forth to the tour of Dark Hour on Monday. And Benny Mold Supply.
Rodney says, although I haven't been able to narrow down my list to two yet. two choices for his design. Monster Innocent says, one of these days, Lisa says, I need to put down a deposit for July or August. Horror Beauty says, road trip. Yes, road trip it.
Yeah, road trip. I love road
Rodney
trips.
Post says, I can't wait. You know what? People who drive, here's why it's great to drive. You're going to be taking a mold home, and you can get it home from the airport. Bring an empty suitcase, but if you drive, you can bring that back, and when we go to Biddy, you can load up on clay and plaster, and you don't have to pay all these shipping fees that are ridiculous. I highly recommend a road trip. Don't say it's too far to drive. No, as much as we drive. Justin says, June's my birthday. I'm going to look into it. I would probably rent a car for sure. I highly recommend it. John C. said you get to ride in the Godzilla van.
You do.
Gregory Haynes says, I can't wait more than Rodney can't wait. And Scott Colhart. Thank you, Scott. Trav's Garden. Sorry I'm late. Yay, Krampus.
Yay, Krampus.
Alagog Gorilla. How about if we just camp out in your backyard? No, Alagog, because Alan will put on a Bigfoot suit and scare you in the middle of the night.
Or you might accidentally see me naked. And that's not the kind of scarring that you want to get.
1980 says, I'm thinking you should make a Monster Camp commercial. Not have to. I thought a flyer and a spot on the website would be enough, but I don't
No.
know if it is.
Like right now, the problem is that they're selling out.
Yeah, we don't
The
have
more
a
we
spot.
advertise, the faster they're going to sell
We
out.
don't have a
So,
spot.
right now they're selling out through benign neglect. So,
Rodney Pope says, no, I can't wait more than Gregory Haynes. Good God,
we'll
no.
fight about it.
Is there an anchor on the inside of this Krampus mask for the horns, or is it not necessary?
It's not necessary.
Because
The horns are lightweight. They're EVA foam. I know I made them. Take these Krampus horns.
drink. Horror Beauty says, I have not been on a road trip in years. That was my first thought, Shannon. You're speaking and thinking like me.
See that EVA foam nub? That is gauged to fit inside of here. And that just goes on like a so. And then when I'm going to ship these without the horns on, and when they get to the UK, he can then glue them on. But this way for shipping, it's going across the ocean. So, yes.
Horror Beauty, I highly recommend people road tripping, just to make a vacation out of it. Because if you get to go to Biddy Mold Supply, which you do, I mean, you can people say, I can't get clay, I can't get plaster. You can load up. Just load your car up and you don't have to pay for shipping. Big Dog says, first mistake, putting Alan on the big screen. Second mistake, telling Shannon what I was drinking. My wife said, I don't want one, but I'll take an old-fashioned. I made two. Gregory Haynes says, I'm bringing a pickup. Yeah, Chad Smith, you need to be here. Michael Lassiter says, Alan, I found out today that realtors are requiring a COVID release waiver before they will show a house. Do you think haunts maybe should take a similar approach?
Yes. We actually have a waiver that we have folks sign now to do the backstage tours. Right now in Texas, there's no litigation that prevents someone from suing if they believe that they contract, whether it's an employee or a guest. If they think that they contracted COVID there, they can sue you. And that's one of the factors that led to Dark Hour not being able to open. Not the only factor, but one of the factors.
Let's see, Monster Dixon said, the cost of shipping is the worst to Northwest Oklahoma. It's a 2-week oddity, black hole from everywhere with shipping, I guess. The shipping is rough. That's why we encourage you to load up your car. Harvey says, only if Alan honks the horn. They want to hear the Godzilla one.
I will. I do every time. Listen, I honk my horn about 40 times more than I used to before I had the Godzilla horn. All the time. And I giggle like a schoolboy every time.
Jesse Papa Bear. I've already talked to my 2 roommates about this monster camp this next year. I'm just trying to find someone to come along with me as a helper person. They both love the last camp's masks.
Awesome.
Harvey says, I like the horn idea removal.
Yes, for shipping, long distances. I still prefer the horns to be one piece and attached to the mask, but...
Celeste Kitty says, I'm fine with either, or if we camp in your yard, the amount of I can't unsee I've had in my life has outnumbered me being scared for life.
I don't know.
Chad says, just don't drive through Arkansas. That was by far the longest part of the trip.
So how this works is I'm kind of sizing up these wefts and then I'm cutting them. And I'm laying them into a strip of silicone caulking. You can use silicone 1 or 2. I like it to be 100% silicone.
Can we make s'mores in the camp?
We do make s'mores.
We make s'mores. We
Yeah,
have
like-
fire. We light the fire pits.
Yeah, like that's a thing.
Cocktails and s'mores, Stoneformer. And you will not
Now,
be hungry.
summer camps, we might not do s'mores because it's already 1,000 degrees.
Gregory Haynes says, my American flight is packed full. We're all wearing masks. There is zero separation here. Boo America.
Yeah, I mean, it's what a time in the world. And I bet they're going to hear that on social media.
Those are shorter webs, aren't they?
Yeah, they're shorter and they're a little bit of a different color. This is the white I have and why I wanted to order more. But I do spray it all anyway, so it's all going to be painted the same color. And this hair is actually a poly.
Stoneformer says, I'll send my wife to Six Flags and I'll do the camp.
It's kind of plastic, the hair. So, and why I like this better is this doesn't knot up near as much. It separates, and it's a fuller weft. If you don't kind of do this as you unroll it, it twists up and it becomes a pain in the butt. Doing it this way with this material over how it used to be done meaning either loose hairs and gluing them on. Oh, that took so much longer.
It's not okay. Michael Astor, if I get that sculpting job, I can come to Monster Camp and write it off as taxes as continuing education.
Hooray. Well, if you think you're opening a haunted house or you work for a haunted house and you make money there, then you can write it off as taxes. At that point, it's a business expense. But hopefully now you're able to see how well those wires are going to hide by the time I get all the way up there. And it would have been easier to hide / cover if the hot glue I used was white, but this hot glue is formulated to stick to latex and rubber. And I only have that in black. It's about $200 for a box. So I don't just buy every color.
Can't see with the camera.
I did it. Oh, thinking ahead.
Lisa Gordonard is very sorry that you're wearing those.
Every now and then I'll put on something like this in the shop and I'll forget I'm wearing it.
Lauren says majestic, the goose is loose.
These headbands hold on pretty good.
Do they?
Yeah. Now, I always take them off and attach them to the mask different ways, but it's good to know how well the headband actually works.
Monster Innocent, Mr. Wrinkle and that squirrel friend of yours.
It's moose and squirrel.
Lulu's out. I drank what? I drank what? Holy crap, I actually caught you on here, Alan, not doing Facebook Live anymore.
Who is that?
I drank what?
Oh, okay. I do Facebook Live on occasion, but mostly now it's YouTube. Because the Facebook Lives, they don't, they're hard to search for. So if I go YouTube, then it stays on my YouTube channel and I can, like if I just work on the Krampus tonight, I can leave that name or I can change the name of it to Krampus LED eye wiring and herring. And then people can search for that and use it.
Hey, there's two moose fighting in the front yard, call the cops. That is a funny video. Sorry kids, park's closed. The moose should have told you out front. Park's closed. Did you get those at Wally World?
No, I ordered those in January. It's like a wholesale order and like big box of horns, big box of horns. There was another box of horns. I mean, I ordered them in January. Yeah, and they just got here because of COVID. But most haunted houses and like party stores, they order their stuff for the Halloween season. They order in January, and then it shows up in June. But this stuff was later because COVID pushbacks.
This is Mr. Tumnus from the Lion of the Chippewa Tribe. Alan is the goat.
I use a goat.
I drank what? It says, great, 2 80s movie references in less than 2 minutes.
How I roll. And you might want to think about where you're putting your hair, unlike me. But this is 250th Krampus that I've haired, so I just kind of know where it goes. But think about the direction that hair is going to flow, and think about how you're going to hide or work in these hair seams. All of those are factors to consider when you are planning out your hair layout. I used to do like a ring around the head this way, but I stopped doing that because it's hard to hide that seam. And if they're looking at the seam straight on, like this way, you don't see that seam there as much. Yeah, so after I get this done, then I will paint the horns, and we'll just get this Krampish finished tonight. Krampish.
I drank what says, mine is from real genius, self-realization. I am reminded of the final words of Socrates, which were, I drank what?
I drank what?
Because, ha, I tagged myself. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of his hat, said Chad Smith. Okay.
This side has hair. This side has no hair. Take this Krampus hair. Learn to glue it down. So I put out another video today. You guys might have seen on my YouTube channel. It's a it's a little pull-out video, but that way anybody who wants to look up how to paint fake stone on YouTube has a quick video to look at. I think that's kind of nice because that's what people search for. People are more likely to search for how do I paint fake stone rather than how to make a cemetery statue that I do teach how to paint fake stone in. And if you haven't watched that one because you watched the video it was pulled from, I think you should watch it because there's a joke in there that I think it's the funniest thing I've written in a month. My wife laughed.
I did. Harvey says it is very helpful at making tube stone, right?
Awesome. That technique is a life changer. It's just so easy to do stone that way. And there's no reason why you can't do a tan base coat and then do a brown and cream color, I mean, just the technique. The colors you can, of course, change, but...
Jesse Papa Bear says, I loved it, great editing.
Correct. Now on the battery box, I put a little bit of hair too.
Did you show them that that's where the battery goes? How
Yeah,
that
well,
works.
this is a little battery box right here. Everything's wired up right there, and then the battery lives in this little packet that I glued on. I think I showed that in the beginning. But that's true, wife. Not everybody was here in the beginning. In the beginning.
Stephen Bishop, I have to say, taking the tab off spray can was an awesome idea.
Hooray. And you know what? I think that I learned that from Mike, who works at Distortions, in 2001.
Monster Dennison, Alan, have you ever thought of doing a set of classic monsters? Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, the Mummy. I would love to see your spin on them.
Un momento, por favor.
Oh, Nate. Horror Beauty, Techno Club full of snakes. I agree. I was cackling. Oh, yeah. Now you've done it, Monster Dennison. Now he's gone. That was Horror Beauty. I was cackling at the Techno Club full of snakes. Like, where in the world did his brain go? Who knows? Monster Dennison, you have done it now. He is on a rampage, so there you go. Probably should have just taken it with you. It's okay. He's should just taken you with it. He's gone to the guys. Monster Dennison asked if he makes Universal Monsters. A lot of you know that's where his absolute heart is, and now he has run into the booth building. I thought he'd take a camera with him. And he's gone into the booth building, and he's probably going to come out with a bunch of masks. In fact, I can feel him walking behind me. I'm leaving. Bye. Oh my God, you put those back.
Creature! This is my creature mask that I did. Yeah. Just got one of these guys here. And then this is a Nosferatu in a black and white theme. Nosferatu. And then
Said yes.
this is my Frankenstein mask.
You know what? Show him the Carpool Wolfman.
Oh, okay.
Even though you
Yeah,
show
I'll
it.
grab the one. Yeah.
Go get it.
Hang on, I'll show you another wolf.
Gregory Haynes, I cannot believe you are home. You're not going to be home long before you're heading to Texas. Monster Dennison, you just got him all ready to show his stuff, and he's just having fun. No harm. Who knows what he's going to do next? I should put a low jack on his ankle like a newborn. Still good?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And this is a wolfman. Ah! Ah!
Explain what that first.
This is caracal wool. It's wool. It's a natural fiber. Yeah. So there you go.
Because that's freaking awesome. I love them all.
Thanks.
Always good to see someone love what they do.
Why? I gotta put these back.
What you do.
So you talk to the people.
I will do them. I'll put them back. You answer this. Put those down. I'll do that. I Drank What says, so are you guys at the haunt? Because I remember you being in the garage and practically no space.
We have moved. This is my shop, which my house is that way, about 300 feet. This is my shop, and about 100 feet. Yeah, we live in Texas in the woods. We moved, so there you go. Yeah. Now we're in the shop. When we moved, part of it was I wanted a bigger shop. My wife wanted trees. I wanted a bigger shop. We did it. Yeah, the Nosferatu is one of my favorites. Now, I'm not doing a lot with them because I was going to do a classic monster line for Transworld of all black and white. So I actually have a Stilt Frankenstein costume, a Stilt Wolfman costume, Stilt Nosferatu, and Ground Hunchback costume. I have all these classic monsters and a Stilt Creature costume. I have all these monster suits ready that I'll take to Transworld next year. So I'm not really pushing those a lot because I still want them to be a little bit new for people. I don't want them to see everything.
Okay. Let's see. Ronnie Cook says, I love that Wolfman. Monster Dennison says, that's freaking awesome. I love them all.
Classic monsters are kind of my love.
Stephen Bishop says, I hadn't seen the Nosferatu before. That's awesome. Sorry, Shannon. Monster Dennison, no harm done. He was very happy to show his stuff. Two faves, that one and the Moving Jaws is hard movie.
Yeah, I like to move to werewolf.
I Drank Watt says, right on, I just remembered the election night mask being the first time I tuned in. Yes, 4 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Big Dog says, and puppies. Harvey's love classic monsters. I love all the classics.
Very
Says
cool.
Rodney Pope. 100 people are watching.
Hello, 100 people. I'm putting hair on a Krampus. It's the hair on the Krampus. It's a feeling so strong.
Great. Thanks, Scott. Scott put the lorry on there for the...
Thank you. It's under exotic, and then it's caracal wool is what that is.
Monster Dennison says that concept of them still in black and gray, homegrown idea.
Thanks. We'll see how it does next year.
Yeah. Shot, drink, shot, drink. You know he's doing it on purpose now, don't you all?
You'd be surprised at how often I do that anyway.
He's always thinking.
So I have started making TikTok videos, and the TikTok that I do are just going to be masks. And I'm prudish. I don't drop a lot of F-bombs, you know. I want to speak about appropriate things. And the amount of songs on there that have, let's say, risque lyrics are pretty high. A lot of words that I don't encounter a lot in the wild in my day-to-day life show up on TikTok songs. And I'm like, oh, well, that's got a good beat. Oh, that's the P word. Okay, oh, that's got a good beat to it. Okay, oh, nope, can't do that one. So, and I haven't learned yet how to, like, I did a video for Cujo back there, and I'm old. I was around when Who Let the Dogs Out was new.
We're not old.
So I searched for that song, and I was able to find it. But I don't know how to find good songs yet. I'll probably do a, what's the name of the Led Zeppelin song? Deep in the land of the ice and snow, or what's that one? Because I'll probably try and find that, and I'll do a TikTok video for him to that song.
It's the Immigrant Song.
Immigrant song. Thank you.
Drink Watt just said Immigrant Song, hard hitting Immigrant Song.
Yes.
I'm trying, guys. Hey, Tina. Tina Kusiak says, have you done a version of Godzilla?
No, I haven't. Mostly what I do is costume stuff. Well, this year has changed a little bit. You know, COVID has changed my business model a little bit. So I'm making a lot more display things now. I have not done a version of Godzilla.
Brian Lippert, love me a hairy Krampus. Brian got the, Brian, this is your white Krampus.
Yeah, it's very similar to your white Krampus. Wait, yeah, he already got his.
No, yeah, he's totally.
Yeah, he ordered the white one too.
He's already got a costume going with Chad says, really? I swore to my kids I would never get TikTok. Now I have to get it to follow Ellen.
Well,
You don't have to, Chad.
no, what it is just it's one more way for me to reach out and make content. Right now, I'm aiming for one TikTok video a day because I'm not going to sit there and peruse through the app. There's just too much stuff on there that isn't necessarily fun for me, but there's also some cool stuff. So, I don't know.
Rhonda Toy says, those are incredible. I love it when you did the silver screen monsters in black and white.
I'm looking for a lower thing.
There's Rhonda Toy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We used to do a haunted house. We owned a haunted house called, at first it was called Trail of Terror, and then it was called Terra del Monstrum. And at that haunt, at Terra del Monstrum, all we did was a black and white theme, where we did a black and white theme where the guest would go through the screen of a black and white horror movie that was playing in a theater, and it was basically kind of a haunted theater by the monsters from the movies. So it was all the classic monsters. It was so much fun, and it was a love letter. It was I had a lot of passion for it, and it was so neat to be able to do a black and white show. Yeah.
What is your username on TikTok?
I think it's something terribly creative like Alan Hops. I think it's either Alan Hops, it might be Stilt Beast, but I think it's Alan Hops.
Okay, I got you.
And I don't know if there's parental controls for TikTok,
Oh.
but probably not.
105 people are watching.
Yeah, there's some ways that I'm brutish, you know. I don't give people the middle finger willy-nilly. It's very, very rare for me to give someone the middle finger. I don't let my actors give the middle finger in photos. I think it's something that, we should respect what we're doing. I don't cuss a lot, obviously. Every now and then a foul word will escape my lips for sure, but it's not common or all the time.
I'm real forward.
Hooray!
I don't know something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I'd love to come work for you. You're awesome. And you have such a great attitude. Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you. Well, where are you located? You could come to Monster Camp. You could come hang out for a day in the shop. That'd be fine.
I Drank What says, did you do the creature from The Thing? And I do mean the thing from another planet for that particular one. The classic black and white thing with James Arness.
We did not. We did not do a James Arness. We did some weird stuff. We did the Thomas Edison Frankenstein.
Yeah, and you did the Metal Mutant.
We did Metal Mutant, and we did Peter Lorre from Mad Mad World, which is a really cool look.
Tell them about the dressing room doors. Remember that had all the classic.
Oh yeah, well we did. Again, you were backstage behind a movie theater, or a movie studio was what it was, and we did one. It was a hall of doors, and it was like there was stars with black and white movie stars' names on it, but not like Boris Karloff that are easy, like Max von Schreck, a little like secondary types. Colin Clive, Dwight Fry, who I love, those guys. But your average person might not know who they are.
But the ones who did were stupid.
Oh yeah, they were very happy.
I don't know something stupid, said Columbus, Ohio is with me.
Was what?
You asked where they are, they said.
Oh, okay. We used to go there when MHC was there. We would go and eat at North Market, and I would eat too much Jenny's ice cream.
Celeste Kitty says, LOL, I am a not safe for work environment. You're in for it when I do Monster Camp.
You know what? And that happens, and I get along with those kind of people. I don't mind it. I'm not saying that other people can't do it. It's just it's not something for me.
Did you do Phantom of the Opera?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We actually had a whole second story, and his job was to pull ropes and stuff and cause effects for the guests. That was one of my partners who played the Phantom, because that character was kind of near and dear to his heart.
But also it allowed him to do the job he needed to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, something stupid said, I heard about you from my boss at Scaratorium.
Hooray!
Hey, first video I saw was about crossing. I've done that for the past 2 years on my decor. Crossing. Probably.
There might be a typo there, so
Corpsing.
look. Corpsing!
Corpsing, I got you.
Yes.
Corpsing,
Yeah.
I got you.
For some reason, they don't think corpsing is a word.
1990 says, don't watch my TikTok if you are prudish. Michael Lassiter, oh thank you Michael, posted Black and White Haunt Walker. Big Dog says, I lost you. The Phantom with or without the mask? He had the mask on.
Oh, he had the mask on.
John Carpenter, The Thing was actually based on the original story that from the original movie, correct?
Yep. But boy, did they change up the monster. I got to make a lot of props for The Thing themed party at a big horror convention that they have out here, whose name I forget right now. Honey, what's the name of that convention?
Which one? Texas Frightmare.
Texas Frightmare Weekend. My brain was busy doing other things. It said, no, you're not able to access that information at the time.
Who do you think was the monster at the end of The Thing says, I don't know, something stupid?
I think it was the other guy, not Kurt Russell. Because it's all in the reflexes. All right, he is haired. I'm going to do one more piece of hair up here that faces down this way. Normally I get the 8-inch hair, which is what this is.
I know you've done some Phantasm stuff. Would you ever consider a tutorial video on a Sentinel sphere? Perhaps a sequence?
I don't know that has a lot of universal appeal. It's possible, but I don't do a ton of movie props. I only really do the movie props for like an order. Like that's not something I just normally like make for myself. Does that make any sense?
Realms!
Realms.
Hey, this looks so good.
Thanks.
Anybody ever notice how the flower that comes out of the dog creature is a bunch of dog tongues and teeth?
Yes.
Realms, I think you had a birthday recently, didn't you? You did. Happy birthday. I think you had a birthday. I find myself trying to keep up with people, and I think that Realms had a birthday. I could be wrong. I think you did though.
Your face is wrong.
Basically. If you ever watch a movie, every time the thing is taking someone over, there's no reflection of the light in their eyes.
Interesting. Probably really hard to do in camera.
105 people are watching.
Hello, 105 people. What's that, love?
Explain real quick, Ryan, what those are made of.
Oh yeah, so these are the Krampus horns, and I'm about to paint them. These are EVA foam. I made a quick horn-shaped pattern, and then it curls over in its half. You can see that it's cut in half here, and then we glue it together with contact cement. And then when it's together and glued together, then I will cover it with liquid nails. And that's how I got these ridges in there just for looks. So I'm about to paint those.
I drink one is in post-production most likely. I know that's how people have posted about it. Harvey says, have you ever considered doing a thing like from the comic book creature?
No, because he's not really a monster. Like normally I do bad guys. And he's just a really nice monster.
Mine could. Oh, it's not too hard. Okay. Have you ever incorporated miniatures into a haunt, buildings and whatnot?
I have, yes. So one of my favorite rooms that I've ever done was at this black and white haunt. I did a King Kong room one year. And what it was when you walked in, I used cardboard boxes and I wrapped them in paper and painted buildings on them. So your King Kong size, your Godzilla size walking through. I painted cityscape murals all over the walls. And then I had a King Kong monster that I made. And I used an LED light behind it and his shadow cast up on the wall. So it looked huge in the city. But if you looked over here, you would see it was just a real small like cardboard thing that I made. So I wanted them to see kind of movie magic. And that's one of my favorite sets I've ever done.
It was wonderful.
It was a good time. So I'm doing 2 colors on these ones.
So Ken Godwell, if I remember correctly, didn't you say you might do videos for Tuesdays in the future, different kind of builds other than masks?
Well, I don't do masks for YouTube Wednesday normally. YouTube Wednesday is normally different stuff. So masks happen on the lives because that's the business that I'm in. So you'll get those a lot for live videos.
That's not okay. I kind of want to draw your rattle dance.
It would be hard to draw the rattle
Yay,
dance.
Masato, make it happen.
And you couldn't see the faces I was making.
Oh my goodness. Monster Dennison, ouch, is that black hot glue in your leg hairs, Ellen? You have that on your leg. Other side. The black hair.
I have no idea what that is. I'll find out later, won't I?
Joanne says, Alan is in rare form tonight. Realms said, yes, I did, and got some stuff for y'all for it. Happy birthday, Realms.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Kitty Celeste Kitty, how would you go about making the prosthetics for Ginger from Ginger Snaps, which she went out for Halloween with her eyes and stomach?
Well, you would sculpt them and you would mold them. I would probably do them out of silicone. That's what I would do. So I would make I'd probably do a plaster mold because they're not that deep or detailed. So, yeah. But look up Stuart Bray on YouTube, and he has a great technique of how to do flat prosthetics. So you can sculpt them flat. You don't need a face cast.
Yeah, it's on.
Have them on and just turn that one on. But when it's this humid, it's tough to move around. You can open up the door, look.
Did you make YouTube Wednesday on the city scenes? No, you did.
I did a video on it, yes. There is a video of the Kong room. And then come open this door. So the paint that I'm using now, it is a translucent spray paint. It is by Design Master, and this is called Glossy Wood Tone. It's my favorite spray paint color. Glossy Wood Tone.
Where'd you get the horns, by the way? Those are, forgive me, monsters.
I made them. I made them out of EVA foam. I made a shape in EVA foam, the floor mats from Harbor Freight, and I cut out two, and then I glued them together with contact cement and covered them in liquid nails for texture.
Glossy wood brown on the black. Yes.
Glossy wood tone, yes.
Glossy wood tone.
Yep, that's what that is. So Krampus is, we gotta do his hair. And I don't know why, but I'm like, I do hair over here. And I can break my pattern.
Chad
Do
says,
hair right here.
I wish Stuart would do more sculpting videos. He hasn't added any new ones in quite a while.
I will message him and yell at him. I agree.
Chad says, I wish Stuart, Alagog Gorilla, are you embellishing the horns?
I painted them. Does that count as embellishment?
I drank what says, should have known you made them. If I was on my phone, I'd put facepalm emoji.
Yeah, facepalm emojis. Yeah, I make a lot of stuff. Did you see Jonesy in here?
No, you should have heard Jonesy.
Yeah, you hear him coming. Okay, I'm just going to put you guys over here while I'm running around the shop, and you'll have a wider view and you'll see more as I move and put some things away. And no doubt you're going to ask me questions about some obscure thing you see in the corner of the room.
Like me, is Harbor Freight the cheapest place you have found for foam?
No, Amazon. There's a company where if you buy like 200 bucks worth of it, it's cheaper than Harbor Freight. But if you're talking about small amounts, yes, it's the cheapest. Right now, 105 people are watching me kind of clean up the shop, because I got to get this space clear so that we can fix the hair of the Krampus. There's a Krampus mask that we haired earlier. By now, it's going to be set well enough where I'll be able to, hair it. Style its hair. Well, you grab me the dust pan brush.
Sure brush?
That brush right next to it. My dogs like to play with the plastic balls.
It's okay, bud. It's okay, buddy.
So, making monsters, a lot of it is cleaning up your shop after you just did something fun. You do something fun for 10 minutes, and you clean up your shop for 30 minutes.
Here?
It's just how it goes.
Have you ever worked on a movie or ever made your own?
I've done some work on movies, but I'm not a movie guy. I don't enjoy movies. I don't enjoy working on movies. I enjoy haunted houses. I just don't enjoy movie sets or movie work.
Where's Jane?
Chain is right below you, actually.
Big dog. He wants to see his boy.
Cheney.
Hi, big dog. Hi, Uncle
Hey,
Big
buddy.
Dog.
Hello.
There's your boy.
Hello. Okay. Okay. All right. Back to work.
See how tiny he is?
Yeah, tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I do special effects work for haunted houses. I don't really do it for movies. Now, every now and then, a low-budget movie that is okay having haunted house quality props, because I'm not going to change what I do, will ask me for something, and I'll do it. But I'm not going to go to set, and I'm not going to, yeah.
Where's Forrest?
Yeah. Forrest. He's asleep over in the other corner. He is.
Of course, Bella's wet.
Oh yeah, she's always wet. She's the wet one. Now you can see Boris's elbow. Right there, Bo.
Kathy says hi. Big Dog says, Kathy says hi, and she will take Janie.
She will not.
I Drink Watt says, I would suspect that not having a deadline with movies would be a reason not to do it. Monster Dennison says they are so tiny babies. Lisa is a Boris fan. Boris is the most obedient of the trio.
That's true. That's very true.
Have you had your dogs since puppies, or did you get them when they were older?
We got them when they were, what, a month and a half, 2 months?
8 weeks old.
They were 8 weeks old when we got them.
Lemon Lime, they were 8 weeks old, and we got them about 5 days before Monster Camp 4 in January. And Big Dog and Connie Pierce and Lockhart Monster Fab were all here, so they saw them as these tiny little fuzz sausages. They were pretty darn cute. Big Dog says, we all have our favorite. Big Dog says, what do you keep in the clear plastic container with the purple lid on the shelf? Your teeth. Clear plastic container with a purple lid. All over here. Clear plastic container with a purple lid. Pumpkin teeth, but they're on top.
No, those are Q-tips. Those are hollow body Q-tips. I call them Schedule 40 Q-tips. Because I only have them for the plastic rod, because I use the plastic rod for stuff.
Night, Stacy.
Good night, Stacy.
Stacy, you should be asleep anyway. Pass out. Can you explain the significance of what you're doing? And
So-
that,
I want this guy to look a little wild, so I'm teasing the hair of him. And hair teasing is something that when I was a young man, I went to the roller rink, all the ladies there would tease their hair up really big. Because it was the 80s, and big hair was awesome. So that's how I became familiar kind of with hair teasing. But what I use it for is I want this guy to look wild, you know, and I want him to be bigger. When something wants to impress or scare another animal, it makes itself as big as it can. So I want this mask to impress and scare people, so I'm making it as big as I can. And one of the ways that I can make it bigger is by teasing this hair up. I used to use a different comb for this, and I had a hairdresser named Steve, that was his profession, come to Monster Camp, and he said, your hair teasing comb sucks, and I'm going to get you a better hair teasing comb. And he sent me 3 of these. And he was right, my hair teasing comb sucked. This works much better. And it just looks a little more wild, it looks unkempt. I have a very loose technique, and then I'm going to set this in place with spray paint. My wife has tender lungs, so I'll probably send her out of the room when I do that.
well, no, when you do that, you know what? I'll run to the good time to run in and I'll be right back. You'll be fine. We've got the doors open, so we've got a nice breeze.
Yeah.
It's gonna work.
And I'm careful, I don't want it to clump up. I just want to add a lot of body to this hair. And you can see now that there's 2 different colors of hair here. Well, I'm going to fix that with spray paint. And spray paint, I'm going to use like a hairspray. So I'll spray it with the hairspray, and that will, which is spray paint, that will even out the tone of the white, and it will also act like hairspray and set it in place. You see that battery pack anymore? That battery pack is gone, but it's easily accessible right there. Now sometimes you can open up little windows and see the wet. I do every sometimes 3/4 of an inch, but you know, you don't need to go fuller than that. And when I spray paint it, I'll actually fill in the hair. It's kind of like the that stuff that they tried to sell bald guys years ago. It was basically spray paint for your head, and they would spray it on their hair to make their hair look thicker. I think I sent 3 or 4 Krampuses over to the UK. Now I'm just going to take a look at it. I didn't get this down here. Any hair that's hanging long and straight, I want to grab and incorporate into this fluff now that I have going.
1980 says, I thought that girl with big hair was into me, but it was just a tease.
Oh!
Oh! Brian Lippert. Spray painting the hair made it easy for me to match the mask hair color.
Yep.
Brian has one. Brian
Exactly.
has one. Joanne says, I kind of like the two-tone. Looks more natural.
Well, we
Your
don't
dog
want
says
natural.
it's COVID hair, two-tone. Well, you actually answered my question. I was typing out, and I was going to ask if the lights were going to be a fixture on the mask.
They are. They're in the mask. They're built in.
Chad Smith says it looks like a mirror of poison.
Yeah. Poison. Don't need nothing but a good time. How can I resist? Ain't looking for nothing but a good time. And it don't get better from this.
Drink. Everybody's drinking.
Hey, I sang those words right. Those were the actual lyrics, kids. All right, so now you can see he looks much more wild and cray-cray. He doesn't really take care of himself. Just grab some white spray paint.
Papa Brian says he's out of beverage. I drink CC DeVille to be exact. Megan Obi, I love your singing voice.
You have been drinking.
Monster Innocent. What was the most memorable scale from all of your years as haunted? I think for me, my year I played the electric chair. The kid went up the wall and ran out on his knees. The most memorable scale.
Okay, so one that just popped into my mind, because I mentioned it earlier today on the podcast, just talking to those guys. I scared a girl at Scream's Halloween Park, and she ran behind a fence in the cooking area, and she ran and jumped into a dumpster. She like climbed into a dumpster to hide from it. That was awesome. This is gonna, kind of even out that tone. It thickens the hair, so you see less through it, and it holds this in place. A lot of times with masks, what happens is the hair will nap up because there's nothing holding the hair in place. A lot of times you see Michael Myers masks, and they've been around a while. They have dreadlocks. That's no bueno.
Your dog says, still looks like my ex-wife. Yes, I was young and tough. Ray Mitchell. So cut my real hair. The lockdown has been unkind. I need them to open the barber shop soon.
Yeah.
Ronald Ryan says, how I look first thing in the morning. Celeste Kitty, what cryptic have you made and what was your personal favorite?
Cryptid?
Cryptid.
Well, if I say so myself, I make a mean Mothman. I do a stilt Mothman costume it's a quadruped, big wings. If someone reminds me, I can post a picture of it on the Creepers page. Yeah, I do a stilt Mothman. But I've made Chupacabra, I've made Bigfoot, I've made Mothman. I've not made a Jersey Devil, but I may one day. So it's possible. What's good about this is actually the hair catches most of the stuff coming off of out of the paint can, like it's trapped in the air. Kind of is its own filter. And by shooting up underneath, I'm putting a light coating of plastic on this. So see how it's all kind of one thing now? Still hair, it still reads like hair. All right.
Jesse Poppin here. Your TikTok was cool. I would love to see where shots of making masks from start to finish. I know it'd be a lot of work editing. It would also be so awesome for Cujo and the song you picked. Lisa Aaron says, we need a God of Thunder sometime. Your Gene Simmons impression is top notch.
God of Thunder is one of my energy songs that I sing to pump up my energy at haunted house. Music is a great way to monitor your own energy.
Let's see. Did you chase her the whole way there? Says
No, actually, when I was at Screams, I developed a 3-step rule. Meaning, I won't chase someone more than 3 steps. So, I'll scare them, and then I'll take 3 steps towards them. But then I stop, because how does every chase end in a movie? With a crash. So, 2 things happen. I chase them until they're not scared anymore, and they're like, I'm done. You know, that happens at haunts all the time. People don't know how to back off. But if I chase only for 3 steps, then I can chase that person 15 times a night, you know. I'm looking for a dark brown spray paint that I just had and I used all these moments.
is it?
Well, I can,
Glossy wood tone?
no, not the glossy wood tone, that was the lighter one. It was a darker one that was camo. Yeah, this is what watching my live stream is like. You watch me look for the thing that I just had in my hand. And when I cleaned up, I thought I put it over there, but I didn't see it.
Okay, so while you're doing that,
While I'm doing that.
what to read? Alagog Gorilla, we had a client jump into one of our vehicles and lock the doors. We couldn't get her out of there.
Nice.
Lion Cook Thor is out of beer.
How terrible for you.
Michael Laster, I love catching them on the most vulnerable, either going into or coming out of the portage.
Now that's like hunting on a baited field, you know? I don't know how fair that is.
Elena says it looks great. Can't be in live chat because I'm doing homework, but I'm still watching.
You gotta get your
Studying,
homework done.
Elena. Horror Beauty says Mothman would be cool.
Post on the Creepers group, just say, Alan, show me your Mothman. And I'll put a picture up.
Chad Smith says you should do a Bat Boy from the storm.
You know what? Mitch Rogers did a Bat Boy. It's excellent.
I Drink What says Jersey Devil is perfect for a stilt creature, actually. So is Mothman, come to think of it. Celeste Kitty. Wifey. I think that was speaking. What urban legend lore do you know about in your area? Celeste Kitty, we have very, very much like Chicago's Resurrection Mary. We have the Lady of the Lake, Lady of White Rock Lake, which is a very similar legend. A woman in a 1920s, 1930s ball gown who is soaking wet and walking, and she asks for a ride. Some guy gives her a ride, and they look in the back, you know, it's a puddle of water. That sort of.
She gone.
She gone. We also have a goat man, like many cities do. So we have a goat man. We have a Lady of the Lake, and we have a cemetery in a suburb outside of South Dallas that is supposed to be haunted and has a particular gravestone that has a large orb on it. And you touch the orb, and it's late at midnight. It's supposed to be warm. It is. I've done it, and I've done it.
Warm because it's
warm.
heated by the sun.
It's heated by the sun,
Yeah.
and it's black.
If you touch any of those black rocks at night, they're going to be warm.
It's heated by the sun, but if you are 16 and you go out there with your friends in the middle of the night and you touch the orb, it is terrifying and great fun.
I'm going to take you to the graveyard. You can touch my orb.
And I did touch the orb, and it was great fun. So yeah, those are a few of our local Dallas areas. It looks great.
Boom shakalaka.
Fred, it looks good.
Yes, Krampus.
Jensen says another winner. Is he done?
I'm going to do a little bit of airbrushing on him. I just want to put some more dark brown in here, and I normally airbrush that hairline down here. That's really the only spot you can see it is down here under the chin. So I'm going to prep my airbrush. And maybe now you'll have to drink because I got to clean my airbrush. We'll see. We will see.
I drank that. It says must have that or something similar. So it looks real good. I'll invite him to my next Christmas party. Puppet Master!
We were discussing you earlier.
Puppet Master. Okay, guys. You know, we were talking about Phantom of the Opera. He just signed in. You see Puppet Master, Phantom of the Opera in the house.
Hooray.
Yes, the real deal. He had the tuxedo and everything. I'm outing you, Puppet Master. We were just talking about you.
We did not tell the story where you may or may not have appeared naked up on the catwalk.
We didn't talk about that.
We didn't tell that
He
one.
says, I can't believe after all the Maze of the Minotaur years, it took you this long to make detachable horns. He didn't give you a break in school.
So, yes. The Minotaurs were on stilts, right? And at that area of the trail, we had, in several spots, we had a camo net ceiling, so we could make it darker. So in the camo net ceiling, the horns then were real bull horns attached to a baseball helmet. And you would be, like I was a stilt Minotaur sometimes. I would be running and my horn would get caught in the camo net that was down like at the 8.5 foot level, and it would catch, and then it would just jerk you around, and if you didn't have a big thick neck like me, it could drag you to the ground and hurt you. But yeah, yes, detachable horns then would have been good. Back then I was on the tougher neck philosophy. Now I'm on the detachable horn philosophy.
Jones!
Jonesy the kitty has made a entrance. He's just here to get his sniff.
And he's cute right here with me.
Yeah, he's boom, gone. All right, so there's Krampus, and I was setting up the airbrush.
Are we switching to the airbrush drinking? Scuba
Yes.
Steve says, look up multi-spec paint. This stuff is amazing. Tombstones. Looks like granite. I used it on countertops. Just sprayed some tombstones with it today.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Travis Garden says we have part goat, part sheep. It's the We have a monster here in Louisville, and we have a haunted attraction. She's the main character. I love her backstory.
That's awesome.
Drink what's in. Of course, you've got a tabby cat with a horror movie name. Everybody's almost got it.
Well, yeah.
Tell them what your dogs are named.
Yes, the dogs are named Bella, Boris, and Cheney after Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and Lon Chaney. Or Lon Chaney Jr., depending upon your fancy. You guys were unplugged there for a while. Gonna plug you back in. And I need to see if this is black or this is black, I think, right?
Good night, Michael Lasseter.
So this is black, and if I can pour it black back in the black bottle. And despite no cleaning yesterday, it still works. Ha-ha!
Ah. Good job.
Here is the brown that I want. Pretty dark brown, burro brown.
Alan, your sculpt dials are still beast, yes? Your sculpting tools are still beast, yes?
Yes, they're on Stiltbeast at stiltbeaststudios.com. Stiltbeast Studios. Yes.
Jesse Huckbear says he has to see you just with big boots on your TikTok.
I may do a dwarf boot TikTok. We'll see. That'll be my 1,000 subscriber video. How's that? There, I've said it. You get dwarf boots at 1,000 subs. I think right now I'm at like 30. So. I'm mixing the black that was left over with the brown that was in there. Now I have a nice darker brown.
Well, Chicky says, can't do the drinking game. I played one yesterday and lost today. Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, drinking games are fun even while you're losing. My understanding. And this is just me wanting that union between the horns to be nice and clean and easy. Okay, I'm calling that Krampus done.
Yay! You're at 10:20 p.m. with 120 people watching.
Okay. And you said it's 10:15?
10:20.
All right, so gang, that is that's probably it for the night. We got the Krampus haired up. We got his eyes wired up on a 9-volt battery. That's all self-contained in there, and he'll be going off to the UK probably on Monday. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Wife, why don't you say goodnight?
Good night. Your dog is chewing on a tool, and you should go check.
Oh, what's he got?
Shady's got some.
Okay.
Let's see what he's got.
These are my wire strippers. Why did you get where did you get my wire strippers
I
from?
have no idea.
A piece of plastic just shot off.
Big
No.
dog, you see your boy? You see what's going on here?
This is why I can't have nice things. Next week, I'm doing a Kickstarter for new tools.
Oh my God!
What?
He destroyed them.
Oh yeah, he chewed the snot out of it. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But anyway, so you guys are awesome. Say goodnight, dogs. Wife said goodnight. I'm going to say goodnight to you. I say goodnight, and I always say, go make stuff.
Lisa says, Boris, my angel.